City boy them done FA Cup fly gone. Police come and ends them do we man wrong. This is the shot where we take wrong turn. Arms and the stand big man a moan. When we run big be a big fight. City think them lucky easy think you're the light. But police come for war not time for no kite. This is step up bust the net pure bright light. City fan them stand no kind of blind. Mush pon the bench should have move with might. Henderson Ducky City we broke out right. Pep on the sideline face looking tight. City boy them done FA Cup fly gone. Police come and ends them do we man wrong. This is the shot where we take wrong turn. Arms and the stand big man a moan. Man give it way what kind of move that. Shoulda slam it in, no time for no chat. Now we look man police a celebrate where them fat. City trophy shelf looking kinda flat. Pep on the sideline a few man a fret. Henderson a wall, City couldn't get. All the possessions in nothing me head set. Hands a face on the screen looking upset. City boy them done FA Cup fly on. Police come and ends them do we man wrong. This is the shot where we take wrong turn. Arms and the stand big man a moan. Well,
Oi, we gave you something different today instead of the usual stuff. You get me? No more the LB remix, you know, something different a little bit today. We have other songs as well, you know. We can always go back to the Jacob special. You know, we can always do this.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. To get that honey sauce on me, I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Let's go. Anyway, joining us first and foremost on the channel, you get me, the biggest fraud in the Arsenal fan base. He wants Sesko at his football club because he's 6'5". Man like Sulz is in the building. How doing, Sulz?
And he can jump high. Don't forget that. Set pieces, we're back. We're back. We're winning the league. We're doing it all.
Let's go. You're winning the league with Sesko. Fucking hell. I have no words.
Oh, you wait, man. You wait. You know that German fraud you signed?
Oh, I can't wait. Don't worry.
You look like shit in comparison to Sesko. You wait.
Did you just say Wirtz will look like shit in comparison to Sesko?
Oh, you wait, lad. You wait. I'm telling you now. That 150 million pounds, yeah, he better be something.
Oh my God. I have no words. Joining us next on the channel, you get me, Chelsea fraud. He couldn't make yesterday because he was out. He's dating currently 4 women at the same time. You get me? So he had to take 4 women on back-to-back dates. You get me? But he's here anyway. Man, like Ahmed, how you doing, mate?
Oh my goodness me. Birthday big up to everyone that's here. I was taking my aunt to dinner, as you know, who just came to the country. So I just wanted to show her a nice time. That's all. Big up to auntie.
Don't worry, lad. You're allowed 4. You're fine.
Yeah, you're allowed 4, man.
No, I'm all right, man. Thanks. Thank
You want just 1 is enough, eh?
100%.
Fairs. I love it. You guys hear that on the chat? You get me? 1 is enough. So if any one of you want to apply, you get me, just message him. The Bridge Nation. You get me, send your CV and let's go. Let's go. Send your CV, you know. Very important. Detailed CV, you know. Anyway, joining us next on the channel, he has Cherki in his background because he's coping right now with the fact that his club got rejected. But I love him anyway. And like Patrick is in the building. How are you doing, Patrick?
Yeah, man, big up. Now, man, we have been cured, man. We were crying 2 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Now we've been cured, man. I don't even know what that German fraud's name is. I forgot his name. This is, yes, we are coping. We've got Cherki, we've got Reinders, or Reinders, as some people say, the Dutch people call him, and then we've got man like Nori, who's going to be one of the best backs in the league. So I'm eating good. I don't care. I'm eating good, you know. I'm eating good, yeah.
Shiver me timbers.
Yeah. But let me just say this. Do you see this fella over here? If this fella over here brings out more GA than that German guy, Oh, I swear, you guys will not sleep. That side of Liverpool, you're not gonna sleep.
Just like Endo has more GA than Grealish, and he's 10x the price.
Nah, Grealish, I don't
There
even
you
know
are.
who that guy is. That's why we left him in the Club World Cup. I don't even know who that guy.
Interesting. So
As for
100
that,
plus
thank you
million
for having
transfers
me.
should only be. You get me? Come on, man. You got Staffy from Wish. Allow it. Anyway,
Wish.
joining us next on the channel, making his return, you got me to the channel. Massive celebrity now, huge celebrity. I've messaged him for the last month to get him on the channel. He's gonna mention the fact that this channel has 50k, but guys, come on, it's just I'm just a humble man from Jordan. You get me, with a dream and a microphone and a camera. I'm just, no one knows who I am. You get me? So like and subscribe so I can get to more of the masses. This guy, massive celebrity. He's an actor. He's a stand-up comedian. He's a rapper. And he also is a YouTube content creator. And finally, he made time for us peasants down here. Joining us on the channel, of course, is my eternal enemy, but my eternal brother. Man, like Flawless. How you doing, Flawless, mate?
I'm blessed. I'm good. How many subscribers you say you have? Sorry, what was your last milestone?
50k.
So, all right, okay, all right, cool. And he calls me the celebrity and that. But big up for having me, Sam. I appreciate it. Shouts to the chat. Big up the whole panel as well.
Flawless was a celebrity, man. But big up to Flawless, man.
Yeah, me, celebrity. Yeah, I know this guy's on 50k. You know, okay. 50K
I'm not a rapper.
And counting, yeah. You know what I'm saying? How many subscribers?
Yeah, I'm skinny. Ain't no gym thing. You fucked up. Tell him, Flawless. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Tell him, bro. You think I don't listen to your songs? I listen to your album,
you do.
bro.
You support, and I appreciate that, and I rate that highly. Yeah, 100%. But we're not gonna act like you ain't a celebrity. We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? What you want? What, 55k? What is it? 52k? What you want currently? Oh, 53. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm there 53. All right, cool. That's bigger than most stadiums in the Premier League.
Can we stop this, guys? I'm not a celebrity, guys. I'm a humble young man. Huh? I'm a humble
What's the capacity at Anfield?
I think they made it bigger now. No, 62k.
Yeah, they have 60. So you'll be there in no time. Give it 6 months. Your channel will be literally bigger than Anfield. But I'm the celebrity. All right. Okay. Sure.
Have I ever had like a director with a camera there, just recording me sing? That's the definition of celebrity.
What? Like,
no, you can get your mate to do that.
Yeah, like you were in a music video as the main artist.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could. Yeah, all you need to find is a cameraman. They ain't tough to find. I'm sure.
I can't sing, brother. I can't sing.
When you start vlogging, what's the difference? Is like you being a main character in a vlog.
I might need to start vlogging. You know, that's a smart idea.
Whenever you go about anything football and related, you should definitely vlog it. 100% big celebrity. You'll get a cameraman to do that.
What a fraud. That is an elite name right there. I appreciate it. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. That's actually a cool one.
That's excellent. 100%.
That's an Hussein field. Yeah. Big up, man. Big up. That's a very creative one. Anyway, listen, we already have 300 people in the building. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Everyone, please hit the like button, subscribe. Also, Gunnar, Sulz, Sarcasm City TV, The Bridge Nation, and True City Fan are all in the description. You get me? So make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, keep getting involved in the chat. And actually, for once, let's start off with a different topic. You guys have heard us talk about the Arsenals, the Chelseas, the Liverpool. Flawless is here, so let's talk about Man United a little bit, because I feel like there is a bit of interesting topics when it comes to Manchester United. Bruno was supposed to be sold. He's now staying. Cunha is going to be a Manchester United player, and Mbuemo only wants Man United, and there's also discussions about Gyökeres being a Man United player. Flawless, how do you feel about your transfer activity this summer, even the players that you're linked with? Do you believe you're now headed in the right direction? And your thoughts as well on keeping Amorim as the part of, like, to be the leader of this project, basically.
Yeah, the first part, yeah. All the players we've been linked with, I like. There isn't one player that we've been linked with and I've been like, bear in mind, for Manchester United, the bar's on the floor. So improving here is really, really not tough, because the players who we currently have, not only are they terrible, we've seen the performance Manchester United had last season, worst ever season in the Premier League era, 15th, for losing to Spurs in the Europa League final, etc., etc. So in regards to the transfer news, yes, Cunha was a great deal. 100, I think, not only for not only for the player he is, also the price he was at as well. I thought he was an absolute steal because there's no one else in the Premier League. I think he doesn't go anywhere else in the Premier League and not improve a team. I think he gets into everyone's starting 11s, whether it's from a 10 perspective, whether it's from the left. So I rated the Cunha deal as well. And Mbuemo, that dispelled a lot of myths because there was a lot of people in the content creator space, a lot of people on social media as well, talking about Manchester United are finished. Manchester United are a mid-table club. Manchester United have no pull. Champions League is going to be having no Champions League is going to be so detrimental to Manchester United getting players. And then one of the better players in the Premier League rejected 3 clubs and 2 out of 3 of them are definitely in better spaces than Manchester United as projects, number one. And secondly, all 3 clubs have Champions League. And he said, nah, I only want Manchester United, as you mentioned, in Mbuemo. And then Mbuemo individually, again, is another very, very good player. And I look at that and go with a link up between him and Cunha, I think will also be brilliant. Because you look at Mbuemo's link up with Avisa. Visa's someone I rate highly. I think Cunha's a better version of that. So I look at that. The Gyökeres one as well. We needed to improve all across the pitch. Obviously, we started with the attack. And then Gyökeres, I know the Arsenal links came out today, but whether it was Gyökeres, we didn't end up getting the lap. We've been linked to Osimhen. We've been linked to Mateta. Whoever the striker was, I was cool with them. Those 4. I would have took because they're definitely an improvement of what we have. And I think they all come here, get goals, get assists, and are good foils for the team. As for Amorim being a manager, that shouldn't be the case. But hey, our ownership has shown its incompetence time and time again. Where literally it's a mirror image of what happened last season, where Ten Hag shouldn't have been in charge going into that season. Anyone with a brain and 2 eyes know it was going to go wrong, and it went wrong. And I think with Amorim, it's identical. It's the same. He's not making it to the summer 2026. Do I think Manchester United are better? Yes, because we'll have better players on the pitch and they'll get results because of the individuals out there. But yeah, should he be heading it up? No, but again, our board, because they messed up initially with Ten Hag, it's just a domino effect. So that's where I look at it. But yeah, in regards to the transfer targets, yeah, I'm just hoping we need to get more. It can't just be attackers, still need midfielders, still need a goalkeeper. And then I go, all right, cool, for the season.
You're
I
obviously very
actually
objective
disagree.
when it comes to the transfers. How many more you would say do you expect your club to sign? Because you can't sign like a whole new 11. Like you have to be.
Nah, not a whole new 11. I'm just looking to spine. So obviously Cunha's through the door, and Mbuemo, striker. I would like 2 midfielders, but with Bruno staying, we'll probably only get 1 because we are supremely light in that area. So probably a midfielder and then a goalkeeper. If we get those 5, that's the spine of the team. I'd be cool with that for the season ahead going forward because we've improved overall. Yeah, I'd have no issue with that. I'd like more. I'd like another midfielder because we're light, not only in quality, but when you look at it, it's literally Bruno, Casemiro, Agate, Collier. That's the 4. Not only does that lack quality overall, it's light in numbers because Collier is not a senior player and Agate ain't good enough. Bruno ain't good enough, so it leaves you literally with just Casemiro. So yeah, if we get 5, I'd be cool with that for the season.
So you get those 5. Where do you end up in the league? Or actually, not where do you end up? What is your expectations like? What do you expect to say you had a successful season? Because we have to keep in mind as well, Man United play 1 game a week, so it's not like you have to play European
that
football.
Adds into it. It varies. One, I'm just looking for improvement from within ourselves. How about we just start with the basics? How about we start with just a positive goal difference? Let's go there. Let's go positive goal difference, some back-to-back wins, cohesive unit on the pitch. Let me start there. That's where I'm at. Before I get to points and league positions, I am just looking overall performance. I want to watch Manchester United and go, okay, I know we're going to get a certain level over the course of the season. None of this. I don't want to watch us. I don't want to do watch-alongs. I don't want to do match reactions. I don't want to recap it. I don't want to ask questions on it, but I'm forced to. So let's start there with just the basics. And then overall, definitely, it also varies as well on what teams do around us. The teams around us is key. Like you look at Bournemouth already, they've lost 3 of their back 4. Cherki is on his way out. They lost Hulson. They're going to lose Zabani. Let's say they lose Semenyo. Same with Palace. Did they lose Sa? Did they lose Eze? Do they lose Mattel, etc.? What goes on with Brighton? We know they're a selling club. Villa have got PSR issues. Who did they lose? So it varies. But yeah, definitely just better overall. And I think we'll be in a good stead. And of course, as always with Manchester United, target the domestic cups. I'm looking at the FA Cup and League Cup. Favorable run, you can go pick up one of them because that's a backdoor way into Europe as well, whether it is the Conference League or it's the Europa League.
Guys, you guys, you have all been here before. Come on, it's open floor. You
I,
know how we open.
I have to disagree with one point though, because I think with the Amorim thing, I don't think it's about the manager. I think someone needs to break the cycle. I think there is a element of whatever happens, someone's got to be backed. And I understand like models in the past, like Chelsea and other managers have been like sort of in this cycle of being sacked and eventually they start winning every season. But I just don't think that's going to be the case with United. I think there needs to be a foundation rebuilt. I think the club has lost itself since the time that Fergie's built and the DNA that you had back then, and over the times of different managers, the philosophy is not there. I feel like your squad's all over the place. There's not a cohesive. Like when I look at that squad, I'm like, I don't think there's a single manager who can take over and actually do a decent job with these, and that's a problem because I'm looking at it and going, there's no complementary pairings. There's not a system that I can actually put this squad into and go, I can make this work. And I think that's part of the problem that they've got. And like I said, it's not about Amorim. It's about whoever that manager is has to just be backed for a few seasons, rebuild the foundations, go through this sort of rough patch. And do you know what it is with modern fans? And I'm not saying this is you, by the way. And I think this is just a general United fan, like even Arsenal fan base suffer from this as well. We hate banter. And it's like, go through it. Just go through the banter for a few years and you'll see the fruitions of that. Whether the manager who got you there, like let's take the Arsenal example, whether Arteta's a guy to win us the Premier League or not, I'm not really that fussed. He's got us to the point where we believe again. We believe like if a manager can get us over the line, that's where I think United need to get to as well. They need a manager just to rebuild, be a project manager, forget about managing, coaching, all of this sort of stuff. Bring the right players in, bring the right system in, bring the right profiles in. And then whether Amorim is the guy who can get you to the Premier League or to the Champions League or whatever the case may be, I think that's the time to sack him. Once you have something in place that can actually be taken over and maybe one or two players need changing, that's the place a manager needs to bring you to. That's the only thing I disagree with. I think for me, I mean, I'm Manchester-based and I have a lot of connections at United. I actually fear what Ineos are going to do for United in a positive way. I think there's a lot of things that are happening in the background that are going to come out over the years that they're pushing you back into where you need to be. I mean, the first sign, I said this 12 months ago to a few people because I couldn't say it out loud, is the money that he's pumping into the club, the 263 million or whatever it was that was invested, is going to pay fruitions in your transfer window. I can actually get texts up 12 months ago saying that you're going to have a good, it's not going to be in a mind-blowing window, but you're going to have a good window where you're happy with where you're going. Now you're looking at it with the Cunha deal, for example. I think that's a perfect signing. The Brian Mbuemo, however you say his name, that's a brilliant deal. The fact that you're still being able to convince Gyökeres to come with our Champions League football, the fact that there's still players there who want to come despite that, because United at the moment, I feel like you're a few seasons away from losing this status, but you're still there where some players will want to come in and be the hero, be the savior for United, and be the guy that's like, we are the players who brought United back. And I feel like you are eventually going to lose that title if you're not careful with what you're doing. But I think the promises of a new stadium with the excitement of a new ownership, granted the Glazers are still there, but what Sir Jimmy did, which I actually have to respect him for, is told the Glazers to shut up, you do your thing, we'll send you your money, but you ain't involved in the club. And that's the deal we've got. And that's exactly what they've stuck with. They've said to them, you go sit in America, we'll give you your money, and we'll slowly take ownership. And they're doing everything right. They've operationally got them right. They're now buying the right kinds of players. They've got rid of the scouts who have done all this bullshit with the players, with the guys who have like £60 million when they're actually worth £30 million. There's going to be no more Anthony deals where, you could have got him for 30 million, but at the end of the window, you go pay 90 million. There seems to be a lot more structure coming into United, that they've got a baseline. They're willing to go up to a certain point, but this is going to take a few years until clubs actually believe United aren't just going to pay the money. And that's what I believe. And I do think that they're on the right tracks to coming back. It's not going to be this season, but time is needed.
Yeah, I have no issue. One thing, as much as I don't like Ineos, because I despise Ineos, I think they're dreadful. The one good thing they have done is the transfer windows. That's the one thing that is the positive. But let me ask you, when Amorim joined Manchester United, where did you think we was going to finish in the league?
I I'm not a fan of 3-back formations, like on paper when you start them with
Yeah.
3 actual centre backs. So I thought he was going to struggle. Like I didn't expect him to finish 16th or 15th.
Okay, so you didn't expect us to be 15th. So
Not
you
that
agree
bad.
that so you believe Amorim has been worse than you expected and he's underachieved.
100%. But
Okay,
guys,
so
there's
when you say
reasons
he
to
should
it.
stay, what positives has
No,
Amorim
it's not
done this
Amorim has
season?
to stay. I feel like there's a manager that has to stay. Like
But surely
whoever that
that's
may be.
earned. But surely that's earned. And Amorim's done nothing. Give me the positives that Amorim has done since he's got here up until this point.
I don't think he can do anything positive. That's the problem. I don't think.
But you
I
think he's underachieved
managers
though.
can-
So he's underachieved what you expected. You just said yourself. You didn't expect us to be this bad.
No, I'm not saying don't
That's
sack
true.
him. By the way, that's not the narrative I'm trying to play. I'm just saying there has to be some manager who changes this.
I hear that, but surely that's a manager who's
I
earned it.
understand the earning element, but I feel
Yeah.
like you've got to just go through the rough patch as well.
Yeah, but you go through the rough patch with somebody who's worth it. Again, I ask you the question: what has he done that is positive to worth going through that rough patch?
But it's
Bear
hard
in
to
mind,
do
this
so.
calendar year, he got 9 points in the calendar year of
Do
2025.
you know one thing I will say he's done positive actually, just to kind of he ain't taking the shit from the players. That's the reality. He's taken back the control from the players. And
Has
that's
he?
obviously that's a combination. Yeah, because he said to Garnacho, piss off.
Okay, he
man
said
wanted
that
to
to
run his
Garnacho
mouth,
and
he
then
said,
played
"Piss
him the
off."
next, and then he said that to Garnacho and then played
Doesn't
him the
matter,
next
he's gonna
game.
go. He's still gonna go.
Yeah, but
No, but
Garnacho
as a
needs to
dead
be
rubber,
sold anyway.
that game meant nothing anyway. It
But
didn't really
no,
matter.
but still don't play him at all. Why is he in the squad?
I think
If
that's a
he's
good
no
point,
longer
yeah.
involved, why is he in the squad?
And I also make, I think just to back for us a little bit here slightly as well. My other issue with Amorim has always been, if you're the guy that's going to be here for at least the medium term, unlike some of these players that are not working for your system, why not play a lot of these younger players, right? Guys that you know that can fit into your team, fit into your system, right? At least throughout the season, and then if you want to get those other guys
That's
to
the
work for you in
worst thing you
Europe,
can do.
why
The
would you
reason
say
is
that?
the reason being right is you've got to understand the poison chalice that United are at the moment. The worst thing that you can do is bring a young player who's never experienced this kind of torment before, because it is. Don't forget, like them breaking
That's not
through.
the case. Some of our better players have been our younger players. Heaven, who played,
but
was
what
one
if
of our
they?
better players
But
this season. What we talking about?
if they have a poor start, like if they get introduced and they
The
just have a
senior
poor
players
start,
are having a poor start. So what's the difference?
Yeah. But look, the
Nah,
fan
we
base
can't just
doesn't forget
that. So if the senior players who were poor all season long, what is the difference?
So you're telling me I'm not saying you, by the way, I'm saying your fan base. Do you think they're going to give grace to young players? They're not.
No, they forget the fan base. Is the young player good enough or not? Heaven got grace. Why did Heaven got grace? No pun intended. You know why? Because when he played, he performed well. The small part when Collier played, where he's a youngster, he played to a good level. When Maignan played, not so much this season, but when Maignan played and it's been bad, even when he's had good performances this season, it's all about performances. What are we talking about here? It's nothing to do with young players or the senior players. Our senior players have been our worst players. What are we talking about here?
No, but Aiden Heaven, even at Arsenal, had a few opportunities, even in friendlies and stuff like that, to play for the first team. So even if it's a few games, they've had that experience before. But the problem right now with United is everything negative is going to hurt them as well, because they're like, we're the ones on the pitch.
That's what
happens.
I get that point, but I think for me, when Amorim came in, and if you ask, I think a good majority of United fans, they will tell you a lot of our players aren't good enough. They're not. So for me, if United fans are saying they don't believe in the current couple of players, I think they would be much more understanding and much more appreciative and supporting of like having a bunch of the young guys from the academy who, yes, they may make mistakes, may make issues happen, but at least for the season, I'm saying my keeping is just for the season until obviously the summer and everything happens. I don't necessarily think it's as a bad idea, because I don't think it's going to be.
But he did that in a version that people don't like. He got the senior guys to see who's good enough to stay and who's good enough.
We know who's good enough and who's not. You had ample time.
Know in a new system that could just change.
After a period of time.
Players do thrive. Maguire has thrived under the system.
So Maguire's not played well. That's a myth.
Maguire's not played well.
That's a myth. Maguire hasn't played well. No, that's a myth. No,
he's not played well. Why are you backing the manager? Because I know that every single manager, even Pep Guardiola, he knew who to get rid of before he got there. Every manager knows who to get rid of before he gets there. So Amorim should have known. Yeah,
it's a period of time. I would understand it for the first month or so. The first month, I said this about Amorim: play everybody. That's
Yeah.
cool. We got
Just
two
get rid of
attackers
them.
out there. We got two attackers out there who went 20 games without a goal. That's on the manager. As bad
think
as
it's
those
on
players
him.
are, bear in mind, I can't stand the players. I think they are dreadful. I would sell everybody today. I would literally pay to get rid of these players. That's how bad I think they are. Never
How
mind
can you
what-
say that's on the manager? Because I don't think even Pep can make Højlund score goals.
Yes.
Stop playing Højlund.
But you have to know.
That's on the
Yeah, but
manager.
that- but he
You
had
stop
no
playing
option.
Højlund. Yes, you do. Xerxes was there. He never played him.
No,
Tito
no,
was there,
Xerxes
never
was
played him.
injured.
Xerxes
No,
did play
no. Go check it back. The 20 games, Xerxes got injured late on Newcastle. Xerxes
Well, he
was
did
fit
play
and
quite a few
available.
games.
Let me land here. The vast majority of the time, Xerxes was fit and available. He chose not to play Xerxes. He chose not to play Cheeto. Stop this narrative and this nonsense about there was no other players. Rubbish. There's ample
but
players there.
Cheeto
He
played, but he was
chose to
shit.
play them. Cheeto wasn't shit. Cheeto was better than Højlund in the time he didn't play.
Well, that's not
Play
hard
him.
to do.
Give him but that's the whole point we're making is about improvement. Give him a chance.
Yeah, but was
Give
it an
Cheeto.
improvement?
Okay,
He was
I'll give you
missing
this. I'll go
Højlund,
one
it
further on
didn't
this.
make a
If
difference.
Cheeto plays 20 plus games, he doesn't go 0 goals. Tell you that much. Cheeto
Well, I
scores
mean,
in
he
them
was
20
on
games.
track to doing that. He
Cheeto goes
didn't
20
look like he could
games.
score.
He didn't play. But the point is I'm making overall anyway is there was other players to play. You could have played Xerxes. You could have played Cheeto. You could have tried other players. He didn't. He stuck with two players who went 20 plus games without a goal. How are we defending this? What are we doing? You wouldn't accept that at Arsenal. No, Patrick wouldn't accept
I've
that at
accepted
Chelsea.
it without
Ahmed
to be
wouldn't.
fair.
We wouldn't
But
accept these things. What are we talking about here? Same way and I have let me get back to the original point about banter and all these things. I have no issue with that. I'm all for sticking with a manager. Yes,
that's
but
what
a
I
manager, a time. I know it wasn't at me, but I'm just explaining. Like, it's about time being earned. That's what he's done nothing positive. Zero. He's done nothing positive while he's been here. He's gone backwards.
But then let me ask the follow-up question to that then. I'm not saying, by the way, my point isn't it has to be Amorim. I'm just saying whether you get rid of Amorim this summer and then bring in a manager, I just think there has to be a project manager that you just stick by. I'm not saying it has to be this bad. I'm just saying it may not be to the expectations that you're hoping for. So, like, for example, it could be you finish 10th, right? You finish in a position you're not happy with, but someone needs to build this foundation, because at the moment, this chopping and changing of managers is just pushing you further and further back. It's doing nothing positive at the minute.
No, the chopping and changing is that we're getting the decisions wrong. We was right to get rid of those managers. There's not one manager that we've got rid of that was the wrong decision to get rid of.
I have
None of
only
those
one doubt about Amorim.
None of those, before you go, none of those managers were good enough. The problem is
Yes.
the replacements were good enough. Everybody chops and changes. I'm all for building up, but it's got to be a manager who shows his quality.
People
again?
were raving about Amorim coming.
I was raving about Amorim too.
It was at Sporting.
I was raving about
Okay,
Amorim.
can I just
That's
say
why
one
it makes
thing?
it
There's
difficult.
there's one thing constructively that I'll say about Amorim that I think Sulz actually mentioned it, but it was only one sentence. But that's the one sentence that I think is key here. Can you build a long-term project with 3 at the back? That's
Yes.
the only.
I mean,
thing
you
that I
can.
thought
I mean, you
Yeah.
can do. Like, again,
Who's done
I can-
it before? Name it.
I think
Ahmed.
listen, obviously-
Go on, Ahmed. You go. You
No,
go.
I was gonna say,
Go on.
obviously, I know at Chelsea it was a bit more of a short-term thing when we had Conte, but
Then
you
it got
can,
exposed.
you-
Then it got
right?
exposed.
But obviously no. But the point
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying to
short
make is
term,
that
it always works.
no. But the point I'm trying to make is that I think you still can build a 3 at the back. I just think again it's about the quality that you then have, in your attackers that I think makes your 3 at the back work. That's all it comes down to for me, right? If you have a good,
if you look at the cycle in the Premier League, got 3 in the back with wing backs and stuff like that. I'm talking on paper. It's always 18 months. That's the cycle. After 18
Yeah, I
months,
agree.
it fails.
That's why I'm asking this question. So
Wait,
Lawless could be right for a different
Well.
reason, which is here's the thing, Diallo. You're saying he's cooking. I understand why you're saying he's cooking, because I believe as well at some point in time you're gonna have to stick with the manager.
Tuchel didn't play 3 at the
My
back.
only question mark is one thing, which is very objective, is the 3 at the back thing. Because the only football club that I can actually think of that objectively has done this 3 at the back thing for a long time is Inter. Since Conte's first time, they've continued with the 3 at the back thing. And on top of all that,
different
You
league.
here's the
kind of
thing.
did it long term as
Once,
well.
let me tell you something. Inter aren't actually successful with it.
No.
Can I tell you why? Because Inter are the Manchester City of Italy, and they only have 1 league title in the last 4 years. People don't do this. By the way, Inter have the deepest squad, the best players, the best starting 11, and they've won 1 league title in the last 4 years.
Yeah, and
Imagine Pep won 1 league title in 4 years.
And you spot on with that. And with the, I say this about, it's not, my issue isn't the formation or isn't the system, it's how it is played is the problem. All this long-term project is nonsense. How about you win back-to-back games? That's on the manager, I'm sorry. How about we start there? Why are we making excuses for that? Why are we in a minus goal difference?
I'm not saying it has to be Amorim, by the way.
Yeah, but that's the point. That, but you said like sticking with the I'm all for sticking with the manager. It shouldn't be him. All the evidence, every single eye test, all stats, all metrics point to it shouldn't be him.
Who you hiring?
Can he change your mind?
Yes, if he improves.
How?
Yes.
Tell us how.
Improve across the board on everything. But he's not going to do it. Like, start with the things I'm talking about. How about back-to-back? How about winning back-to-back games? How about that? How about be a cohesive unit? Here's one. How about when players are underperforming, drop them? How about don't have one player going and one attacker going 20 games without a goal? And on top of that, how about not having 2 attackers going 20 games without 20 games? How about when you start a match, make substitutions, and the attackers who go on are better, you start them attackers? Because that has happened countless games where we put on Cherki, we put on Maignan, and guess what's happened? Manchester United have performed better, and then you know what happens the next day. The next game, Højlund starts, Garnacho starts. The list goes on. Why we did? He got 9 points in the calendar year of 2025. 9 points, people. What are we doing here? If he would have managed for a 38-game season based off the trajectory, Manchester United would have potentially been relegated. I don't know the exact numbers, but it would have been close because I know the relegation team is bad. As bad as, let me land here, as bad as Manchester United are bad. Nobody had a 17th, nobody had a 16th, nobody had a 15th. So this is why I'm not hearing any excuse or any reasoning for keeping this manager. If you say Manchester United are a terrible team, I hear it. Players ain't good. I hear it. I had Manchester United 10th. Cool. If we were 10th, I wouldn't have so much vim for him. If he had experimented, I wouldn't have so much vim for him. He persisted with players who are not good enough. That's on the manager. He had 2 players go 20 games without a goal. That falls, as bad as Højlund is, as bad as Garnacho is, that's on the manager. What are we doing here? He's the one who added, should I say this, to keep Bruno. It wasn't solely on him. Awful decision. To play in the pivot, awful, where you've said out your own mouth, I'm paraphrasing, that he's better as a 10. But then you keep him to play in the pivot because we're signing to. Come on, man. I'm all for keeping a manager and building. All well and good, but that has to be earned. Again, somebody tell me pluralize the positives surrounding this manager. What's he done positive? Because he's worse than Ten Hag. Nobody expected him to be worse than Ten Hag. Let's not do this hindsight thing. The aim was to improve. What has he done better than Ten Hag, who we all agreed universally was dreadful? Nothing.
I think this following season proves it, because I think after a summer window, I think he will improve.
Can I ask you a question though? Can I just ask you, because I've been dying to ask you this.
Patrick.
Looking at that, I don't know why. I don't know. You know what? Fair play to you, because Man United fans are telling me the same thing he's also saying there's no hope. Because let me ask you this. I still don't believe that, as bad as that Man United team is, I don't think they deserve to be where they are. They don't deserve to be where they are. And you know the fact that the amount of games they've lost, because are you looking at the games they've lost and where they are? I like, even when what's his name? Somebody said, one of the managers, this old school manager said, I could have got them at least 10. That's what he said. And people were laughing at him. I was like, he's right. Some of these old school British managers could have got them at least 10. Because that squad is not as bad as where it is. You must know that his neighbor or whoever is, what's his name? Angie. I know Angie's been here longer, but Angie was thrown out with similar defeats. Like it's embarrassing. That squad they have doesn't have to be that.
Man's got like I think he's got one of the lowest. I think he's top 10 for the lowest win percentage.
He's worse
in Premier League history of managers, I think he's top 10 in win rate, like lowest win rate.
Because
he's in the bottom. He's in the yes. What are we talking about? Keeping this guy? None of you lot would accept this at your squad. None of you lot would accept this. You're a big club. Forget that. Clubs who aren't the size of Manchester United wouldn't accept this. But for all of a sudden, we should.
My point is, okay.
There is only one manager who I think United should take the bullet for, and that's Glasner. If Glasner says yes, proven winner, done it at Frankfurt, done it at Palace, first ever Europa League Frankfurt, first ever trophy Palace history, knows the Premier League, can work well with the budget, improves players. I understand what you're saying. Sulz
That's
has
all I
not
want.
argued for Amorim. He's talking about time. Listen, my only question mark is genuinely, and I know Flawless is saying he doesn't care about formation. I understand what he's saying. All I'm saying is my only question mark is the formation thing, because I look long term. I cannot remember across, like, since 3 at the back was invented, someone who did it for a long time and was
By the way,
successful.
just to clarify,
And here's the problem with the Amorim system. Can I
And to the
say one
super
thing?
chat, before you go to the super chat as well, just want to say time is earned is the point I'm making. Time is earned. Like, that's what I'm on about. Amorim shouldn't be here. No one's saying that it's not going to take time. I'm not asking Manchester United to go from where we're at to winning the Premier League. And how about you just improve players? How about you do the basics, as I keep talking about? Positive goal difference. How about be a cohesive unit? How about have a best 11? Let's go there. What are we talking about here? I'm asking for the bare minimum this manager doesn't provide. If you don't provide the bare minimum, then you should be gone. Of course, a manager is going to need time. But time, again, I repeat, is earned by results. I'm not into this medium-term and long-term project. Progress, you know what I'm saying? With result. I'm not into process. I'm into progress. Like, none of this waiting around stuff. Waiting 5 years, waiting 6 years, and phase 1 and phase 5. This ain't Marvel, respectfully. It's not Marvel. I'm not with that.
I think you're going to suffer a lot longer then.
Not if they do what's supposed to do.
I don't think they will sack him.
Potentially, because of the idiot ownership we got.
What they're supposed to do is actually build a project. That's the reality. You guys are so in the mud. I don't think you're.
When's a project ever worked?
Realizing how
Who's
bad
a project work for? Whoa. Who's a project work for?
But no big club has been this bad.
No, what?
Only
No.
us.
Don't answer my question with a question, please.
Only
Who's
us.
a
Only
project
us.
work for?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Only us.
Okay, Liverpool. Who else?
We got close.
Well, Arsenal haven't succeeded yet, but
Okay, so it's not work for Arsenal. So let's eliminate Arsenal. So I ask you again, outside of Liverpool, who else is the project? Who's this project work for?
No. But that's because
Can I get a question? Can I get Sulz? Can I get an answer to my question, please? Who has a project work for? Just Liverpool, right? Just Liverpool, and they've won 2 league titles. They've won 2 league titles. And how long has their project been going on for, in your opinion?
You can also say
no. I was talking Premier League. How long has Liverpool's project been going on for?
I'm talking about the Klopp project. The Klopp project.
The Klopp project. And Klopp was there for how many years?
Klopp was there for a long time.
Yeah, how many? No, I need direct years. How many was it? 9 years? 10 years?
8 years. Yeah, 8 years.
He was there for 8 years, and they won 2 Premier League titles and what?
1 Premier League under Klopp.
1 Premier League title and 2 Champions Leagues. Okay, and that's the only metric. This whole thing about process and all this, again, it's a myth made up.
But it took him 4 seasons.
Yeah, cool. But you know what
So
Klopp did as soon as Klopp did as soon as he landed. You know what Klopp did as soon as he landed.
You also realize City should have got rid of Pep in their first season.
No, they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. No. Because it's Pep
also-
Guardiola here, unicorn. No. Let's not do that. Let's dispel that. No, he's a unicorn here. Go. He a unicorn. What we talking about? He's one of the greatest managers of all time. Amorim is not that. No manager isn't. Yeah, and his first season it went wrong. And then what did he do after?
But he finished
What did he do after? What did he do after? It wasn't no project. What project was at City? What project was it? A project at City? No one went saying the words project. That's you, man. That's his Arsenal team.
Fraudulent money though. They just pump
Yeah,
money
again, but back to the point that I'm making anyway. I'm talking. You know what Klopp did as soon as he landed at Liverpool? Improved. We seen the improvement instantly. If you give me improvement without trophy, they improved. Yes, but they improved. He reached 2 finals in his first 2 years, correct?
Yeah, he did.
Did he not do that? Was their style of play? No, was that no? That's one metric. Was their style of no? Their style of play was there too. We could all see exactly what Klopp was trying to do from the jump.
Yeah.
Am I lying? Tell me if I'm lying. Did we not see from the instant? Hold on, no. Can you answer my question, please, Sulz? As soon as Klopp landed, could we not see what he was trying to do from the jump?
We know what
Amorim with bad players.
But he just doesn't have the players to succeed in it.
Okay, no. Could we see? You don't have the. What is Amorim trying to do? What is Amorim trying to do? So you tell me.
Implement his system.
And how and play what? And how is he trying to do it? How?
By forcing them to play that way.
What is it? Is it possession based? Is it attack? What is it? I know what Klopp is trying to do.
What you guys
so you don't know then, so you can't comment on something you don't know about. This is what I'm talking about. We get people. You just said there, I don't watch because I don't know. So therefore, how can we have this conversation? How can we have this
You can
conversation
just say
if
this
you
on
don't
the
know?
stream,
Paid enough
Patrick.
money.
You don't
No,
have to
wait,
comment.
wait. This is what no. This makes no. We're not just bypassing that.
By
How
the
can
way, I'm not saying keep Amorim. That's what the
how
point
can we
you're
bypass that?
saying.
Like this is
I'm
what we
saying-
talk. So what are we arguing then?
Can I- okay,
You
can I
said
clarify
I
the
don't know
point
what
on
his
me?
system is. I
Okay,
don't
can
want
I
you.
clarify
So
the
how
point
can
on
we
me?
have this
It's not about
conversation if
Amorim.
you don't know?
Okay, get
Come
rid
on,
of
man.
Amorim. Get rid of Amorim. Get rid of. Okay, say we sacked him. I'm saying, right, there has to be a plan. There's never been a plan.
No one's disputing that. No one's
That's what I'm
disputing that.
saying. But
No one's disputed that.
I'm going to be real. Yeah, I'd rather you go through the sacking cycle because for me, you're out of the equation. I love it.
Right. You're not in the equation though. So what? Do it Arsenal? Is that what we should
What
do?
do you mean we're
you
not in the equation? We're definitely competing this season.
do it? I compete. Do you win?
Now it's flipped. Now it's
No
flipped.
one.
Do you
no one's
win?
Guaranteed to win.
Do you? No, it's not a guarantee. Do you win? I guarantee Liverpool or Arsenal will win something before you again. They'll win a major before you. I guarantee you that. Want to bet?
I can't bet. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I know you can't bet, but the point is I'm making is you're not going to argue against that. Guarantee Liverpool or City win a major before you do.
I can't guarantee that either.
All
We
right,
know.
sure.
We don't
Okay.
know.
Are you winning the league this season? Are you winning the league this season in your
We're
opinion?
going to compete for it, yes. But
No,
I
are
think
you
City
going
gonna
to
compete
win,
for it, and
Souls?
Liverpool
Don't
are
forget
competing.
compete. Are you going to win?
I don't think Liverpool. I think.
Are you
Liverpool
going? Are you? Do you have Arsenal winning the league title?
That we're going to win it. No,
not guaranteed. Do you believe in your opinion? We all
Yes or
content
no?
creators
Yes
here.
or
We
no?
all do predictions. We all do predictions, right?
Yes, I believe we can win it. Yeah.
No, forget can will you, because we all do predictions. We're all content creators here. What is your predicted table as currently right now?
Let me just segue. 1 second, Sulz.
Yeah, man. You know you don't have no faith in winning.
Let me
competing and all this rubbish.
Let me segue this Arsenal segment. Wait, guys. Wait.
All this, man. We know you ain't winning, man.
Time
We
out.
know this.
Let's segue the Arsenal segment properly because we have an Arsenal segment. Big up to all of you guys. Big up to Daryl Murray who says Ekitike is going to Liverpool. I'd love for us to sign Ekitike. I think he's a fundamentally sound player, unlike Sesko, and he has the football fundamentals, which I like. Guys, we've had a fantastic Man United section. Big up to all of you guys, but we cannot have 700 people in here and we're not even at 200 likes yet. Have some shame. Have some shame. Every single one of you guys are a bunch of frauds. We got celebrities on the panel. We got frauds on the panel. Like the video and subscribe right now. Like the video and subscribe now. Now, let's go. Moving on to Arsenal. You get me? Heated debate. Moving on to Arsenal. Rodrygo, Sesko, meeting with Jokeres, Gunnar Sulz. How is this going to help you win the league next season? Talk to me, brother.
What do you mean? How is it going to help? We need a striker for donkey's years. So, of course, just bring me a number 9. I don't care who it is. Bring me Jokeres, bring me Sesko. I'm not bothered. Just bring me a number 9. And if we get Rodrygo, I'm over the moon. Rodrygo at left wing with Saka, that partnership is going to be great. Whatever the striker is, as long as he can actually ras the ball. I just need someone who's got power shots, man. We have so many bitches in this team here that just can't shoot a ball with pure power and just finesse. And that's what we need, man. We need a technical striker who knows where to be, who's actually a striker. And then we need a winger who can actually pick them out. Because the thing is, I think Martinelli he's got talent. He's one of those kind of players that he just hasn't found himself. Whether that's Arteta's fault, whether that's him just, being overhyped or whatever the case may be. Trossard is a good squad player, and that's just about it. For me, we need an actual winger on the left-hand side. We've kind of been playing these pseudo strikers, inside forwards, who just aren't working with like the likes of Havertz. So even when we played Marino up there, the only way that a Martinelli or a Trossard work is when Jesus is fit. And unfortunately, his knee keeps giving way. So if we're going to bring in a Jokeres or we're going to bring a Sesko in, a left winger is absolutely needed as well. And if we can bring someone like Rodrygo, that's a statement signing in my eyes. That's the kind of signing that competes with the Florian Wirtz. Cherki, you can put.
Who competes with Wirtz?
Rodrygo.
Oh, I thought you said Sesko. I was about to leave this.
No. I mean, he'll also be shown to be a fraud against Sesko. That's another conversation.
Osam, this Wirtz guy, I'm telling you, I'll watch your games every game. He better ball. Because I saw your video, by the way, you fraud. The video you cancelled the stream for yesterday.
You got hate him, man. Go watch it.
Yeah, this guy, man. This guy will put music. He was singing. You and Tom. I saw your video. Just watch. I clipped you, so I'm going. I swear that guy better have 30 years.
Oi, get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. How about it, Florian? Florian. How art thou, Florian?
Hold that.
Do you know what? Do you know what?
Great.
You know what makes? Do you know what?
Hey, the KDB replacement signed for Liverpool. It's
You know what makes
crazy.
me-
It's crazy.
You know what makes me laugh about that clip? Where he goes.
Yeah, the fact at the end where he just coughs.
Yeah,
you know, I actually think LB is the reason why Wirtz didn't join. You wanna know why? He offered him a Ryanair jet. How are you gonna put Florian Wirtz on fucking Ryanair, bro? How are you gonna put Florian Wirtz on Ryanair? Come on.
But you know what? You know, on the real, if I talk football, right? On the real, if I talk football, I'm actually happy that this time, you guys, once obviously you've won the title, you've actually strengthened this way. Because every time when City take over, people used to say, "Oh, FSG did not do anything for us." So now I like what's going on with all the teams where everybody's looking for something. Like look at Chelsea, they're looking for that keeper for Messi Milan. Look at Man United. Mbuemo, I think, is a baller. I hate him because every time we play Brentford, Mbuemo always dunks on us. Cunha is going to Man United, and the Arsenal are getting Zubamendi, obviously getting a striker. That when somebody has won a title, this is the first time I've seen clubs going to hunt for players, which are great. You know, most of the times people just relax and sit there and say it's fine. Liverpool used to say it's okay, and then City would go over them. So I like what's going on. We got Cherki, Renders, and we've got and Nori fine, and we've got a 4-back. I want to see how this goes. I would like to see how this. I can't wait for this because I would like to.
Since you mentioned this, let's make this section even more interesting. Forget talking about Arsenal alone. Let's talk about Arsenal, City, and Liverpool. Let's talk about this title race next season.
Why?
What about Chelsea? What about Chelsea?
We don't do title races. We're competing next season.
If they get the keeper, if they get the keeper and the striker.
Not yet.
Okay.
You know, if Chelsea were like to sign Rodrygo, Osimhen, blah blah blah, I'd happily include them. As things stand, bro, with all due respect, Gittins ain't winning fucking league. Now,
we don't win the league next season, so really, I'm not.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm not even saying that. Here's the thing with the league title race next season. I think there are multiple different scenarios. If Arsenal sign Rodrygo, I'll talk. Arsenal don't sign Rodrygo, they sign like Sesko and Semenyo. My feet are so kicked up. I am so relaxed. I have never been more. For me, it's like sitting on the beach. I'm bringing Florian Wirtz to the table, and you're bringing Sesko.
Hassam, let's be honest here. There's no scenario you predict Arsenal to finish first. There's nothing they can do without.
Rodrygo Zubamendi would make me at least go like they're going to be very tough to beat.
Okay, but yeah, they compete. They like that, but to win, no. They could get Rodrygo and Zubamendi today.
So he's right
them on the Emirates pitch, and you're not going to predict them to finish.
Yeah. I mean, like,
why do we do this? Why don't we just have honest conversation that we don't rate them mainly because of their?
Yeah, who's an evil man? So you can't give
come on, man. Like, why have I got to be the bad guy? Why I got to be the bad guy and say this? Why is it me that says this? Why are we not just having open, honest conversation? Same way if I sat here and said United were finishing top 4, everyone would look at me like I'm batshit crazy. It's the same difference. Like, come on, man.
Same difference.
It's definitely the same. If we all did predictions right now, let's do even with dream. I'll go one further. We'll do dream windows for everybody. Dream window for Arsenal. Dream window for City. Dream window for Liverpool. None of us five here are picking Arsenal to finish top. None of us.
Now, if we get
Liverpool are going to win the league. Dream window.
So what's your dream window then, Sulz? What's your so let's say Rodrygo, Zubamendi, and who else?
If we're doing dream windows, that could be delusional. I'm going to say Rodrygo signed. I'm going to say Isak signed.
Okay.
No, but don't do too much now. Don't say Rodrygo and Isak. Come on. Be a bit objective.
Dream. He said
I said dream window. I didn't say I said dream, not delusion. I said dream. I said dream. I didn't say delusion.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't say and look at even in a delusion.
Do you think even dreams are not delusional?
It depends. I like
Bugatti.
That's fair. You know what? That's more likely than Arsenal winning the league under Artel. Tell you that much. That's definitely his souls, 110%. But let's do realistic then. We can even just go to realism and even like at a push, you lot sign Rodrygo, which ain't out of the realms. Let's say you do sign Rodrygo and you sign Zubimendi. City sign who they sign. Liverpool sign who they sign.
Stipulations are what we're linked to, innit? So that's not a dream window. That's
okay. So yeah, we'll go with who you're linked to then. Let's add in and the better players you're linked to. So let's say you do get Rodrygo, Zubimendi, for example. Pick a striker, whoever you want to pick. Who's the striker you've been linked to? We can use Gyökeres if you want. Because you like, all right, Sesko, whichever one you think's better. The point is I'm making, nobody here is predicting Arsenal to finish top of the league. That's the point I'm making.
Sulz, what if we give you Sulz, what if we give you the Madrid jersey?
I ain't wearing no Madrid jersey. Fuck
I mean like your team wears the Madrid jersey. Maybe
fuck Madrid.
I think the thing about Arsenal I always come back to is that listen, there's been times where you've shown that you can actually get over the hump of certain stuff, right? But it's just that, you know, to do that consistently.
Ahmed, what hump?
No. Like, listen, the Real Madrid great. Listen,
no, we ain't just bypassing that. What hump have they shown they're getting over? Obviously, I have to be the bad guy here. What hump have they got?
No, I agree with you, Flawless, but like,
no. I want to know what hump you've got. Stop. Why do we give them fake plaudits? What hump have they gotten over?
No.
And why is smiling?
Listen.
Don't smile though. Say it without smiling. Be serious. Say it without smiling.
I am being serious. No, I'm saying, like, for example, like,
smiling.
You relax. Let me just make a point. The point I'm trying to make.
You guys taking the mic, man.
Listen,
you guys taking the mic.
Against Madrid, for example,
giving them fake plaudits out here. You know, talking about they've gotten over the hump. What hump? What could they not get to?
No, go ahead. Ahmed, finish it, but don't smile.
All right. So essentially, as I was trying to say, is that against Madrid, listen, they did their thing. That was a good moment for them. They've had moments. That's what I'm trying to say. They haven't got over the hump, but they've had moments, right? The problem for them is that they haven't been able to consistently do that throughout the season when they've faced that quite 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more times. That's what I'm actually trying to say, right? You've done it in moments. Now you need to do that consistently in order for you to win a league title. That's what I would probably say more than anything else.
And do you have them winning the league title as currently constructed?
No, that's what I'm trying to make. I feel like they can do it in moments.
Why?
Because the point I'm trying to make is that they can do in moments the thing they need to do, but there's too often moments when they need to get a job done that they're just unable to do so.
The plays that we're linked to are those moment plays that we need. Rodrygo can create a moment. If it's Gyökeres, he can create a moment. Sesko can create a moment. You know, Zubimendi, we've seen great moments. Then on top of that, we'll have Thomas Partey sat on the bench, who's a quality player. We'll have Moreno, who's changed games in the past. We'll have players on the bench who can actually come on and make an impact. Kai Havertz, as shit as people think he is, in a given moment, he can do things. Look at it when he came on against Man City for the first time, we beat them. So, like, we would then have not just players off the bench that can actually come and impact games, but we'll have a starting 11 that, in my opinion, would be fair as well. And would have enough players in there that it's not Saka, inshallah. Would have Rodrygo, inshallah. Would have Sesko can pick it up, or Gyökeres, or whoever comes in. So I think we start to build a team that there's enough game changers in it, and there's enough people who can take their opportunities. The problem with Arsenal has always been not the top teams. I feel like we can beat anyone on the panel here. And I'll say that with confidence.
Not anymore. If you're coming to the Etihad this season, you're getting smoked.
We've been undefeated for the last 2-3 years. We've not been beat by a top 6 team. Our issue is we dropped the ball against the Fulhams. That's the issue. We need to get over the bottom teams more than we do the top team. The top teams are easy for us. And
yeah, but can I say something to you? Do you know the thing about you guys? It's I think for you to fill this opportunity this season where City went down, because Pep Guardiola is a crazy man, and where he went down, where he had his divorce and things went bad for him and sour and the squad went bad. You guys beat us the 5-1. I get it. But I just feel like this opportunity was one of your best opportunities. Because right now, looking at this City team, especially with Rangers, a box-to-box who we've been missing, and another box-to-box in Nico Gonzalez and Rodri is back. And the midfield somehow.
Can he defend it? Can he defend it? That's the question. Can he defend it? That's the real question.
The defenders will be good. The defenders will be good. All I'm saying is,
are you sure about that?
I'm telling you.
PC Milan very regularly.
Do you know?
I know about Rangers very well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. These guys, I just have a feeling that this was the opportunity where Pep Guardiola failed, and then now they have allowed him to get back with people like Cherki, Reinders, and them guys who are coming in. Now he has a proper left back and the right back. I don't know. It just looks dark now.
Now you're right in regards striker, though. They should have won one of these league titles, one of these league seasons, with how City.
Well, we've been doing that with scrubs. We're looking at actual footballers now.
Yeah, but
So the other two though, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Nah, but
The
once we
other
get
two
a
are better
proper
than you
window,
though. They're currently better than
doesn't
you though.
matter. I don't care what they're doing. I'm worried about us.
But then you should care because they're better
No,
than you.
no,
They're
no,
preventing
absolutely
you.
not. We have our own problems to solve. If we
We
can solve
know
our
that's
problems,
we know you have your own problems, but even solve it, your biggest problems in the dugout.
Nah, I disagree.
Is it? So you're so when does Arteta have to win then?
Was Edu. Our biggest issue was Edu not being able
When
to
does
get the big
Arteta
signings.
have to win? Sulz?
Now.
So he has to win. So if he don't win a
Yeah.
Premier League
But-
or Champions League this season,
Wait,
you want him gone.
did you say
He has
Eddie is
to
your
win, yeah.
issue? I thought Eddie
No.
built this team.
Forget all that. So if he doesn't win a
Flawless,
Premier League,
sorry, they said the same exact statement
Yeah, but
last
then-
summer.
but
and
then- but can
I
I-
never
but-
said
but
that.
then-
I never said
no,
that.
I walked with them.
I never
Flawless.
said
You know
that.
the difference between me and you. I walked with them one more year, but I ain't walking again this year. I'm done walking.
That doesn't make sense. You said Edu
You guys
is
do your
the
own
issue.
exercise. I'll be so real.
Who-
Guys,
yeah,
you
who's
lied to us
Well,
last
let's-
summer with the same
well,
exact
let's-
bullshit.
well, I wanna
as
make,
Why are you
Wissam,
guys
let me ask this.
bullshitting?
No, let me ask
You
this.
guys
How
said
can
the same exact dumb, same exact
Yeah.
fucking statement.
When
Oh,
did
this
I
is
know.
already
say
has
last
to win.
season? I've said
Wait, how
Fucking
can
Arne
season, he
Slot
has
comes
to do.
in, no signing, league champion. Ya akhi, yalla, ya akhi.
I don't
Every
get
time
this. So
same
how
thing.
can Edu be an issue if he's the guy who helped you build this team?
Because he's the reason we've got this team. We could have had a
Yeah,
better
but
team.
none of it's on
Yeah,
Arteta.
We would have had a better team
No-
if it wasn't.
none of
But
it's
that
on
argument-
Arteta.
How can that
No,
argument
no,
work?
I'm not saying none of it's on Arteta, but the
I'm
reality
asking.
of the matter is Arteta has asked for better players, but Edu wants to do this relationship thing, right, where he wants to become girlfriends with these clubs. That's the problem. Andrea Burton's
It's
now
not.
going in here and saying, look, yeah, we want these players, we're going to get them. He doesn't care. Like, he's got the connection.
But
Edu doesn't.
then if you get a guy like Sesko, for example, right, is that I'm pretty sure Edu could get you Sesko.
Edu's been failing to get him. The guy's a little bitch. He doesn't get them. He
I don't
can't
get
get
it.
these
The guy
signings over
helped
the
you build
line.
the team. He helped
I
you
mean-
build this team.
I never said he didn't, but the problem is we could have had better players already.
Your issue is your manager. Your manager went to buy Kai Havertz and said he
No,
wants
Yeah,
to
did he
spend.
not ask for
wasn't his
Havertz?
first
I
choice.
swear he asked
That
for
wasn't
Havertz.
his first choice, though.
Oh,
This
so
is
what we're
I'm
saying is, all right, okay. So what we're saying is, Souls, the manager's asking for better players and he's not getting them. So he's
Because
being
Edu
handicapped
can't
by the
deliver-
people
no,
upstairs.
Not always. The Kai Havertz, okay, cool, as an isolation. The only time that they broke any sort of structure was Declan Rice. The rest of them, he's had to settle for like the second choice options. He's wanted
Okay.
to go and get a lot better players. Edu hasn't been able to deliver because his contacts don't go that far.
All right, so then if that's the case, Arteta needs to leave because he's being handicated by the board. If
He
they're
doesn't
if
need
they're
to
that
leave.
much of a detriment to
exactly.
him doing a good job, he should leave then.
No,
He should
but
resign.
this is what I'm saying. Right now, even with the handicap, he's gotten this far. Now that he's got a proper sporting director come in who can actually go and get these top talents.
So he's
and
gonna
these
win the league.
He
actually-
should win the league. Yeah, he's
I've
gonna
always
win the
said that.
league.
I said as soon as Edu leaves, 100% next season he's got no.
So is he gonna win the league?
He has to, yes.
All right.
Do you believe he's going to?
Well, that's up to him to make me believe it. It's not my choice. I don't give a shit. I don't
you said
No.
that.
But wait,
Hey, Patrick,
You can't
do you
have
believe
that.
City? Hey, Patrick, do you believe City are gonna win the league this season?
Yeah, we're gonna win it. We're gonna win it.
Hey, Hassam, do you believe that Liverpool are gonna win the league this season?
Yes.
I know it's the difference. Sorry, go on.
But the thing is,
No,
like,
I don't give a fuck. The
but-
thing
but-
is, if he doesn't deliver, he goes. If he delivers, cool. I don't care
It's
anymore.
fine.
This
No,
isn't
but
for me to believe in this
but
project.
that's fine. But that's fine. But like, we're asking you, objectively speaking, your own opinion. Do you think he's going to be able to get
Thank you.
past that final step?
If
That's what
he,
we're
gets
asking.
his, si- if he gets his signings, yes, I believe.
Okay, what's
Okay.
his signings?
That's all I know.
A Rodrygo level winger. If he
Okay.
can't get Rodrygo, I can settle for a Nico Williams, a Liao. Like
should have
that.
taken
It
Sané.
can't,
Should have
I'm
taken
not getting
Sané.
some. I don't give a fuck.
So
I'm
if
not
he
getting
doesn't
Sané
get the
as well, man.
signings and he falls short, he should stay because it's not his fault because the board failed him again.
Well, my thing is this whole project should fuck off.
Oh, so
I
now you
thought
don't want
projects was
the
the way
I'm done
forward.
with the whole thing.
I thought projects was the way forward.
No, because no. That I've given it enough time. It's at a
Oh, okay.
stage where they need to make something happen.
Got you.
Right.
Okay.
So the project to this point, I'm willing to back. But now, if he can't deliver, then they need. If they go another season and go into the summer, like for example, let's say the season's over, we didn't win anything, and they're going into the summer saying, "No, we're gonna back Arteta." They can fuck off as well. Are you stupid or something? Then you're mentally deranged.
What?
Like if they didn't have the competency and they wake up and go, "All right, okay, we've had enough of Arteta," then cool, they can stay because clearly they've got some mental competency there. That's my point. This season is it for Arteta.
Is
Like,
it?
if he
But
doesn't
Arteta
deliver,
will-
whether he gets his window, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm done with this whole thing of if he has his plays, if he doesn't have his plays. But if you're asking if I believe he can deliver, I only think he can deliver once he gets his players. But he doesn't have a choice regardless of what I believe.
Can I be honest with you, Sulz? I think this Rodrygo guy, we should forget him. I think it's just his agent trying to use Premier League teams. I think so. I think he's on moving.
If we don't get him,
I don't think he's gonna move either.
At this
Yeah.
point, I don't care. If you think right, doing a raffle and getting a left winger is what's going to win you the league, go do that. I don't care what you do anymore. I don't care who you bring in, but whatever you do this season, just know it's your last.
Can I say
If you
something
don't
also?
deliver, it's done.
Can I say something before we move on from Arsenal? Do you know this Martinelli guy? I think Martinelli, you guys judge him the wrong way. I think if you saw Martinelli with the striker, I think he'll be better. I think he would do better. Sometimes some of these, because I think people just say, because Martinelli is not the worst left wing in this league. People keep pointing, but there's worse ones. And I think there's potential in him. If you get him a striker, same way as Chelsea, if you get Pedro and whoever is playing in the front line, I think you get them a striker who's a target man, they'll be able to find them and they'll be able to get more assists. But you know what? Look, at the end of the day, you guys, we'll see how the season goes. It's interesting. As I say, I'm looking at Chelsea, man. Chelsea gets a striker, defender, and goalkeeper. Chelsea are with us in this title race. Oh, Hussam, you can start hosting now.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at this Ekitike news.
He's
Wow.
lying. He's looking at Wirtz in Liverpool jerseys. He's looking at
I'm trying to look at the Ekitike news because someone keep telling me that Ekitike has chosen Liverpool, and people know how much I like Ekitike. So I'm trying to read like actual fucking German journalists, but I cannot find, bro. I can't fucking find the information. Who put that Ekitike prefers Liverpool, and where's this Ekitike links? Is it someone reliable? Is it someone unreliable? What exactly is it? Like, you know, trying to find it. But anyway, I hear what Flawless is saying because I do actually believe that Liverpool will win the league next season. I believe it. I think we've done fantastic signing now with Florian Wirtz, who is going to cook. Patrick needs to stop the goal.
Florian. Okay.
Hey, they made a drill remix for LB. You get me?
Get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. How art thou, Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club. You're my mate. Manchester, Etihad, Estad. We playing Champions League football next season. How about you take a 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen to Manchester hotel stay, little 2-2 medical.
300k a week, couple bonuses thrown in there. Ballon d'Or in a couple years, happy days, you wanna go Bayern Munich. Little 2-2 twin was 3E2 Bayern Uni driller. Happy days, we get a new one.
Never fuck with my channel because we have crazy editors. I'll be so honest with you. I've got 3-4 people who edit like mad, bro. Elite edit.
You've made it personal, Sam. This is now personal. We'll see.
You're saying I made it personal, but he made it personal by rejecting you, buddy.
Nah. We'll see. And
I'll be honest. I have a different reason for Arsenal's downfall next season. Can I tell you all the reason and tell me if you're walking with me or I'm crazy?
I've been hearing this for the past 2 years, man.
And in the words of Flawless, what have you on? Anyway, back to this. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I think Arsenal will fall this year. I think Arsenal are closer to having a Liverpool finished 5th year than they are to win the league. I'll tell you why. When you keep trying for something, trying, and it doesn't work, you just have such a serious lack of motivation that you need something to uplift you. Which is why I told you, I think if you sign Rodrygo, it's a bit different. Because now you're an animal. You sign Rodrygo, Zubimendi, Gyökeres, Fairs. I think if you sign Sesko and like Semenyo or whatever, if you're Saliba, Gabriel, Declan Rice walking into that dressing room, you're like, fucking hell. Liverpool bought Wirtz, City bought Cherki, Aitnour in these guys, and I'm supposed to compete with this guy right here. It's the same thing when we bought Nunez. When we bought Nunez and City bought Haaland. Like, I can only imagine like walking to that Liverpool
saying he's better than
room.
Haaland. Let's not do this. I can go get it. I can go on
Okay,
Twitter and
flawless
say more.
knew me since then. Did I ever say he's better than Haaland? Flawless ever?
Nah, you never said that. The Sulz's point, some Liverpool fans did say that, but Hassam did not say that.
Yeah, I
man.
never said
Hassam
that.
wasn't
I
with
actually
I'm
didn't
talking
want
about your fan
Nunez.
base. I don't care.
You know, this
You-
whole Sam villain arc thing with my fan base started because of Villain Nunez, but I swear it literally started because of Nunez. Because I was like, "Fuck this guy! Don't get him to Liverpool, bro." I'm telling you right now, it's just he's such a fraud, and I think Sesko's a fraud, and I think he doesn't uplift your team. He just doesn't uplift your squad. He just doesn't uplift your players. Like you're trying to get like
Yeah,
these.
you don't
players-
lift the fan base. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
You
like,
don't lift
and
the
even
stadium,
everyone, like,
yeah.
you want to get everyone on their feet and shit, and you need someone to help them
Yo,
out,
you
bro.
might have blind if you think Sesko's that bad. Fuck.
Here we
you know.
go. Here we go. 6
But
foot
I actually
5.
know what.
Sesko-
I actually-
The problem,
I
the
think
problem.
Sesko did well for you, though. I actually think Sesko would be a good signing, but to Hassam's point, you are trying to what Ahmed said, get over the hump. You're looking. You need a Wirtz signing. You need a
That's the
Cherki
Rodrygo, though.
signing.
I don't think that comes in
The
the
problem with me with Sesko is that Sesko is not ready right now. That's the thing. He's probably gonna take a season to embed.
People
right?
said that about Isak, and now he's 150 million. I'm just
Yeah, but the people who say that about Isak were idiots because if they just watched him the season before, the answer to that question would have been already known. But for me, the problem with him is that I don't like how many goals is he gonna give you this season. I think maybe if he has a good decent season, he gives you 15 goals. I'll probably say the season, right? If he actually does all right, has his high moments, his low moments, he probably gets you 15 goals in an Arsenal shirt. I don't know if that's going to be enough. That's like, you know, me speaking about as
He'll
dodgy
get us
players.
20 goals, man. The volume of chances that we create and the kind of finishes that he has, trust me, man. I have no doubt he will absolutely cook.
Can I ask you why?
Also, set pieces will come back.
Can I ask you why didn't you just go? I don't know, man. The thing is, why didn't you guys instead of always going for the Neary man? Why didn't you just go for Jokeris? Why didn't you just go for the
I agree.
and everyone is talking about?
I don't like Jokeris. I'll be honest with you.
I think
we're
you don't get it. Do you remember what we used to tell Arsenal fans?
But you like Sesko.
Yeah, do you remember what this is what we were telling Arsenal fans that when you have a player, a striker, I remember when Arsenal fans were, I was going in finals, they were like, "Oh, Patrick, but look at this, we've got more goals than you in the league." I used to say it's not about the goals, it's when you score the goals. Looking at Jokeris, right? Even the way he cooked us in the 4-1, it's the way the moments he scored those goals, important to get back his team. That's what he does. He's a game winner. So why doesn't Arsenal stop going for these? Oh, we need to fix this guy. Why don't you just go for the it thing?
Well,
They
what's
think
that
that's
to
out
fix
there.
about Sesko, though? Sesko is a baller. What are we fixing?
He looks like it's somebody. He looks like he's somebody who belongs.
Still
to
a very
project.
raw talent. Still needs to develop.
Yeah, he looks like a project player. Looks like he's a project.
Listen, his shooting isn't as great as people hype him up to be either. As well, like he's not, you know what I mean. As well, let's be.
I don't see the difference between Sesko and Delap, to be honest, because they're both.
I don't see the difference. No, Delap has better fundamentals.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't
Yeah,
wait.
you're
If we sign Sesko, I can't wait. You man, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
the
I
biggest
can't wait
apology
either.
world tour. I'm telling
gonna
you.
enjoy
Why
it.
for
I'm
him
gonna
to
be-
score 20
I'm gonna-
goals and you not finish second again? All right, great.
Finishing second, yeah.
So what? You winning the league if you sign Sesko?
And Rodrygo, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. What
I
about
think Sesko
Sesko
is-
solely?
Sesko is supposed to be enough there.
No, because we've got a bigger problem than just a striker. I think our problems are more.
I
than
think
that.
I think Jokeris comes in without Rodrygo. You guys are better.
Nah.
Well, you're better with
We
Rodrygo
can't-
because he's a better player overall.
Yeah,
to be honest.
but we can't platform Jokeris. Jokeris just wouldn't suit us. Just isn't the kind of player that we.
Have you watched him though?
Yes, he just wouldn't suit us. I'm telling you. He's just. I think people hype this guy up, man.
Oh, Jokeris.
Yes,
I agree with course. I don't think he's good, by the way. Either. So.
I think he's a good player. I'm not saying he's shit or anything, but I just think for me, if we're talking, because what people forget, right? Profiles do make teams, and his profile just won't suit us.
Just go.
By the way, I can tell you a few other reasons why. He has no aerial presence. He's had 0 goals in an entire campaign. Like for me, the way that we play, that just isn't going to work. The kind of opportunities that we tend to miss are opportunities that Sesko is more likely to score than a Jokeris. And that's just from my analysis of what I've seen.
You know what though? Let's just be honest. In 2020, in 2025, 2024, 23, going that time, strikers are difficult. You know, you never know if the striker comes in and do anything. So let's just wait and see. You see, but let me tell you something. Look, I was just joking about Delap. Ahmed, I told you guys about Palmer. Watch this Delap kid. You will be shocked. You will be shocked. That's a killer. Now that's a killer. Just watch. Because I see Chelsea fans saying Delap is not enough. He might actually be enough for you guys, to be honest. Just saying.
Delap's a baller. Delap's a
I
baller.
think Delap's a
Delap
good
is
player.
cold. He is cold.
I do think Delap is a good player, but I just think the way I look at it is that I need to have like two different strikers. You know, I need to have one guy that can do a job when we're playing a certain way, and another guy that can do a job when we're not playing a certain way. Plus, Delap's a young guy.
You do
I
know
need
he's
to have
you know he's good on the ball, right? You don't watch him because he was at Ipswich.
I know. That's why. I know he's very good at driving with the ball. I've watched him quite a few times, to be honest.
And he creates his own goals, you know, his own goals.
Which is something that we do need, innit? So, Jackson's
You have two strikers, Jackson and him. Different.
I mean, with Jackson, I don't know what's going on with him.
Somebody said Nunes Bomba. What's happening to Nunes?
Oh yeah, Nunes is going. We already know this, bro.
Where is he going?
I don't give a fuck as long as he's gone.
No, who's the poor soul who's buying this man?
I think he does well in other leagues. I just don't think he's good enough for the Prem.
You know what, man? Low key,
football fundamentals, man.
Low key, I'm happy that everyone has fumbled. You know, City, Liverpool, everyone has fumbled with somebody at least. Like got somebody wrong or profiled them wrong. But Nunes was cold, man. I remember I used to say if we don't get Haaland, Nunes is second. Now I was like,
cold what? Like Siberia cold? Like cold trash? Like what cold are we talking about?
Have you seen that clip of him in the Champions League where he was doing the step overs? Oh, it's funny. It was funny. No, he was cold though. He used to finish. Like I don't get what happened to him in the Prem, but the guy, like the finishing went worse, but he wasn't that bad. He was actually okay. He was decent, you know. I feel sorry.
He really was that bad. He really was that bad. You're a fraud. You know,
man, if you want to know bad, go to Hoyland, whatever his name is. That's a bad striker. Hoyland is a bad striker. Probably the worst I've ever seen in a long time. Even
Fair.
Jackson is better,
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
But can I ask you something, Hussam? And I want you to be real. Let's forget this fight between City. You know, you and me are City pool. So you're telling me, low key, I saw what you were saying. You don't rate this Cherki guy. You think this guy is not going to be a code number 10?
No, I don't not rate him. I think he's a good player. I just think you're coping by comparing him to Wirtz because you're a fraud.
So they're not close at all.
No.
Wirtz and Cherki.
No. Allow the cope, man.
Look.
You want to know one thing I don't like? The only person who gets just as irritated at this as me is Flawless. The one thing that I dislike the most is when people change their energy. Habibi, why are you changing your energy? Why?
No,
يعني 2 months ago, Wirtz was the KDB replacement. I'll ask you a question, Mr. True City fan. Why 2 months ago didn't you say we shouldn't sign Wirtz, we should sign Cherki? You could have said that 2 months ago.
I didn't know who the brother is, but nice. I watched him.
Oh, you didn't know he is. All of a sudden, he became better than Mbappe.
No. Do you know what though? I do want to warn City fans. The thing with Cherki is you have to give him freedom. Is Pep willing to give him freedom to just do what he wants?
Yeah.
If the answer is no to that, then he's going to be shit.
Nah, he will. He will. You've noticed?
Have you seen what? But does he give?
Have you seen what?
Thank you, Martin. Thank you.
Have you seen what has happened at City? The whole backroom stuff is gone.
My guy, Martin.
Obviously, Martin told us that's going to happen. They're just changing every single thing. And Pep Guardiola said in his interview, saying we're going to have to change the style of football we're doing. People are more faster. So we're going to even have to adapt to new type of players. If you've noticed City, we were asking, why are you buying Doku? Who's somebody who's good in counters? Haaland obviously is good in counters at Dortmund, but why are you buying Mamouche? Somebody who's good in transition encounters. Like you've just noticed that they're changing away from sort of players that just kick the ball, like the Bernardo Silvas and them. They're actually going towards the point where I think they're going to play a different type of football. That's why they have poached that guy from Liverpool, who Liverpool fans says is a snake. He's coming in for a reason. We've also poached the set piece coach. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Pep Linders going to be yeah, man. Pep Linders, man. He's going to change the game, man.
Yeah, sure. But he's changed the whole back.
In a negative way.
Like, is that right, Sam?
Yeah, but I get what you're coming. But I'm saying the fact that they've changed every single individual in the back stuff just to change things. It's just
that's why I wanted to ask, because like I do like genuinely.
I've got to go.
Cherki without freedom.
You have to go. You can do like 10 minutes.
Just isn't.
No, I actually can't. I have to go. That's generally.
Doing Bridge Nation.
Yeah, doing Bridge Nation.
Doing Bridge Nation.
Doing Bridge Nation. That's why.
خلاص, I'll send them your way. خلاص, you'll do the Chelsea section on that channel. Yeah. See you, Habibi. Appreciate you.
Blessings, Ahmed.
Bless. Anyway, let me just read these super chats before we wrap up. We'll send them Ahmed's way anyway. Quickly, final question to all of you: who's winning the league next season, Souls?
It's too early to say. I don't know what the window holds.
Just give me a prediction. Wallah, no one's gonna hold you accountable. I promise you.
But you have to say Liverpool because you just won it. Like, well, what do you like? What am I meant to say? We've not signed anything. We've signed no one.
Bye, brother.
What do you want me to say? This current squad is good enough to win it? No.
I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to tell me your honest opinion. It's okay. It's up to you.
Ask me at the
I
end
don't
of the
control.
window. Why are you asking me now? Let me sign some players and then I'll come back to you. You man are getting so giddy because you managed to sign some players.
Okay, everyone signs who they're linked to. Who wins the league?
Arsenal.
Patrick?
Why am I being asked? This is our title. Probably we're getting treble. This is all looking at treble.
Treble, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Okay, flawless. As a neutral who hates all three clubs.
Facts.
Who wins
Despise
the
all three clubs. This is number 1 up, number 2 up, number 3 up. I ain't gonna lie, man. That ball-headed demon. I think Pep's on a vengeance thing. I think City do it. I think he's on a vengeance to business they've done. I think they pick up the title.
Fairs. Let me just read these supers and then we'll wrap up. Saudi source say Duran may leave on loan. Bring. I like John Duran. I don't know why people suddenly change their energy on John Duran like he's some bum. He's a good player, bro. He's a good player.
Man,
Ain't nothing wrong with John Duran. Like, yeah, he's a good player, bro. He's a good player and everything. Like, I don't think there's anything negative to say about the guy. Go on, Flawless. Land it on the we will compete next season merchants. Also disappointed in Ahmed for fueling the delusion. Chelsea rep is what C is saying. Yeah, I appreciate it, C. I appreciate it, Habibi.
Big up C, man.
Big up C. Sulz is basically arguing that Arteta is a checkbook manager. What manager realistically gets all the top targets? Not even Pep. Make do with what you have is what next games is saying.
He is. He's done well with what he's got, man. I don't know what people are. Whatever.
No. How much has he spent?
800, I think.
Add Zubamende on top.
800 M's and nothing to show for it.
FA Cup.
That's it.
Yeah, he won an FA
For 800 M's.
And charity shield. Don't forget the charity shield.
Yeah, don't forget my community shields, lad.
Yeah,
the way you Ronaldo fanboys are celebrating this international friendly, I'm taking my community shields.
No, that cup is.
I leave that to them. I'm not involved in evil. You know what I'm saying? I'm not involved in evil. It's all embarrassing.
Just want to say Messi clear.
100%.
Big up to Diallo says Sulz has been barricaded, now getting shot left and right. Yeah, just like the Arsenal fans, been barricaded off
they all
Premier
want to
League
come for the
title
king.
for the last 21
They all
years.
want to come for the king. It's just what it is, isn't it?
Kings win something to get a crown. You know what I'm saying? That like that's
King
I
without
got
the
my crown on and
Just
everything.
win.
I do.
That's all I'm saying about if Arsenal win. I've been on this channel blessed enough to have been on it. I've said it to you, Souls. I've said it to many of our Arsenal fans. How you shut everybody up is by winning. They win it, I'll join. I'll do an apology.
I agree.
Like salute to Arsenal and
that's what I'm saying. Arteta, bruv, it's over to you. You shut me
Win.
up as well.
You gotta win.
And not the dog, actually win.
Yeah, actually win the Premier League or Champions League trophy.
Not the dog, bro. Big up to Martin, who says we all know worst left winger Pat Speedboat. Who's Speedboat? Is this like an inside joke? Because he kept telling me.
No, majority of this. Okay, so basically, right, Hussam, as you can see, the majority of the City fans don't like Doku, and I'm the Doku president defender, so I defend Doku. I think there's been worse.
Why the fuck do you defend Doku?
Because
you and Veta love to defend. Veta does the same thing, and I don't understand.
Do you know why though? Because people used to defend Jack Grealish, and he wasn't that it, and they just keep saying treble, but he wasn't even producing as Doku. Doku has saved us this season, has saved us many times in important games, but they want him out. So every time you ask them, oh, who should be sold? They're like, oh, Doku. They're like, why? Why don't we sell Jack Grealish, who's got 10 GA in 3 seasons?
But isn't that because Jack Grealish is going anyway?
No, he is actually. He's been left out of the Club World Cup squad.
Yeah.
He
So
was
he's
left
going
out
anyway, innit? So there's no point arguing about that.
No, but I'm just saying that Doku is not as bad as City fans say. I think they just go a bit far.
I like Doku. He's a good player.
Look.
Taking Arsenal.
It's because of Doku. That's why.
As a squad option, yeah.
It's because of Doku. That's why Trent is not here. It's because of Doku. Trent was like, nah, I'm not.
Nah, do you know when you need a
Trent
transition team?
Trent was like, I'm not
even, man.
If he left Liverpool because of Doku, he's about to come against Yamal and shit.
Did you see the comp for Doku? 7 minutes is cooking Trent. Somebody said this is just Trent getting cooked. 7 minutes is just the comp for Doku is just 7 minutes cooking Trent. Oh, that is bad. That was poor. I can't wait to see him in the. I can't wait to see Trent.
I hope you know you're a fraud, Patrick.
I'm not.
Liverpool
I'm not.
sell Luis Diaz, then Alonso sells Rodrygo to us. If Liverpool sign Rodrygo and Wirtz, fucking hell.
No, that would be unfair. That would be unfair.
Yeah, that would be fucked up. Like, even I'll say this as a Liverpool fan, it'll be fucked up. Then there is no underdog narrative to run anymore.
If Rodrygo went to Liverpool,
there is no underdog narrative now. You've got a £150 million player. You can't do nothing.
Yeah, and you got a £120 million athletic DM. Now what?
Who you do?
Yeah, you do.
Who's the £120 million athletic DM?
Who the fuck you think?
Get your facts right, lad. Let's not do this.
Oh, so you want to do pounds for Rice, but you want to do euros for Wirtz?
Hey, I do whatever suits my narrative.
It's 118 million pounds.
No, 1 billion rupees. Yeah, let's run the narrative.
Yeah, even use more. Yeah, more different ones, yeah. Why don't you use Ugandan shillings so it's trillion?
you know what I'm happy about? I'm happy about the fact that right now every team, if people start bringing this money thing, everybody has a player we can point at now. Because nobody can come out and say, "Oh, my team has never done this." Everybody has a 100 million player.
United don't. Who's United? Like United haven't spent stupid money on a single player.
They Anthony, how much was Anthony? Everybody has.
But not under the
Yeah. Everybody. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has. Remember, Pogba was a thing. Everybody has done it now, so nobody can point fingers.
Right, okay, past.
So everybody has done it. Every single club is doing it. It's normal now. There's no point of point. I think it's just about quality now. Because it's what you pay for.
No. When you're going for that kind of money, the expectation has to be on the player. I don't care.
Of course.
Like you guys done it smart. Like 30 million on Cherki, there's no pressure on him.
There's a message for you, Flawless, here. Flawless, please bring back the Twitch NBA streams.
It's not a Diallo. We ain't on the Twitch no more. Run the playback. Go over to playback. That's where all the NBA streams are. We're doing game 3 tonight of the NBA Finals, the Thunder and the Pacers. So yeah, no longer on the Twitch, but all on the playback. And if you have a league pass, use it to sync up with us so you can watch for free. Or I'm giving out VIP passes. And since we're cool, I'll give you one if you want to watch. If you're not watching already.
That's amazing, Diallo. Let's go. Let's go. That's a fantastic message. Thank you, Flawless. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Flawless is reminding me of African politicians. Whenever you go, they're like, you know what? You can buy anything you want. get the biscuits. I remember
Diallo, make sure you pull up tonight, man. Make sure you pull up to the playback tonight.
Yeah, today is game game 3.
Yeah, game 3 tonight. Yeah.
They go back to Indiana now.
Yes.
Who you got today?
The Thunder. I think the Thunder do it overall. I think the Thunder win today.
I got the Pacers tonight.
Who you got overall in the series?
I got the Pacers as well.
Oh, for real? In what?
Yeah, I'm going Pacers. I believe in Halliban.
No first.
Hussam, we have a bomber. I understand why Yokeles maybe people did not go for him. So apparently there's a tense situation between Yokeles and Sporting. Despite the exit being 65 million and add-ons, Sporting president insisted on a higher fee. So apparently,
that's been around.
He's pissed off. So the Fab just tweeted it a few minutes ago. Says he's pissed off now. Can I be honest
about the situation? What a friggin' dumbass!
What did he do? Is it one of those handshakes?
Idiot. What a fool! Why do you man them in the business world with gentlemen's agreements like they mean shit?
Yeah, because I know it's bad, but sometimes you feel like you can trust somebody, but you can't trust a rich man.
Trust you, brother.
Patrick, when we talk, I agree with Sulz. When we talk in millions, you gotta get it right.
Yeah.
When we talking the difference
£65 million, or you can get 105, 110, 100. You're talking 60, 17 plus more millions.
Do you know that even Cherki, why the deal was taking longer? It's the same. He also had a gentleman's agreement for 22.
Bro, they need to bund these gentlemen's
agreement. So now when we went to Lyon were like, we're not gonna do that. Then Cherki was like, but you say you're gonna pay me 3 million if you don't do this. So they owe him 3 million now for charging higher.
Put a release clause in, man. Like, I don't understand these gentleman agreements. Like, what's the difference if you put it in contract or if you put it in word? If they're going to honor it, they're going to honor it.
Because apparently, in France, they're saying it's illegal, but you can still put it in the contract, can't you?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know in Spain you legally have to have a release clause, but in the UK you don't have to have one, but they can put one in.
Oh. Nah, but these players should stop, man. It's after the Harry Kane thing. I didn't think anybody else is gonna do it after the Harry Kane.
I don't get why even Harry Kane did it. I understand the relationship he's got with Spurs, But bro, you're talking about millions.
I do agree
millions
though.
of pounds.
After this summer, you have to be honest. This whole gentleman agreement thing, just put the fries in the bag, bro.
Yeah,
Ain't
it'll
no
be gone.
gentleman
I think
agreement.
it'll be gone by now.
Facts,
Ain't
man.
no
Where's the
gentleman
Ahmed, man? Put the bag in the fries, man. For real.
Facts. Anyway, guys, this stream, speaking of Ahmed, is going to take you over to the Bridge Nation. Like this video on your way out, do subscribe. Sarcasm City TV is in the description. True City Fan is in the description. And of course, Gunnar Sulz is in the description. Go give all these guys a subscribe as well. Even celebrities like Flawless deserve a subscribe. So go give them a subscribe, you guys. And, you know, this stream is going to take over to Bridge Nation. Tell that fraud Hussam Raid. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Peace out.
There you go.